I find that assembling miniatures is my favorite part of the hobby. For most people, it's painting, but for me, it's clipping out and putting bits together to form a figure. So I assembled some Ork Nobz, and it really got me into thinking, what parts of this hobby do I truly enjoy? And let me tell you, the first thing, man, when you open these boxes up, it feels like Christmas. All these like uncut sprues that you have, like it makes you excited for what's gonna come and what's gonna emerge. So assembly is much more fun for me because I find that the progress when you're assembling miniatures, progress feels a lot more tangible. And what I mean by tangible, you can actually see in real time as you're putting something together. You feel like there's a progress bar that you can kind of like intuit, and it says, hey, you're gonna be done with this miniature eventually once everything's together. And I just really enjoy that. I also just enjoy the tactile feel of putting miniatures together. It's hard to explain, and I'm pretty sure anybody here who's watching that's put anything together, like anything mechanical together, will know what I'm talking about. But very hard to explain. It's very fun. And the other thing too is like when you're looking at these sprues, you realize that a lot of these boxes that they give you have a lot of customization options, and that's just a very exciting thing. You take a look at the bits you got. Oh man, just you're just thinking, what weapons am I gonna put on these guys? What are they gonna wear? It feels good. And as per my previous point, assembly just feels like it's finite. It feels much easier to say when you're done, you're done. That's it. Feels good with that in mind. And the good thing is, once you've assembled these minis, you can just play with them. No one's going to get mad at you for playing with unfinished models. I'm pretty sure plenty of people play with unfinished models. Just doesn't feel as good to play with painted models, but that's a different discussion. And one of my favorite parts about assembly, it's all the extra bits that are just lying around that you're probably just gonna like put in a little box. I love all these extra bits. It's just something that the loot goblin in you just it speaks to. Now, some of the things I didn't really like about assembly, it has mostly to do with glue, right? Like I'm used to just super gluing a mini to a base and then that's done. But with this one, you have to use more like plastic cement and the fumes. Oh my god, it's not just the fumes, but the glue. I'm not very good at gluing things, so the glue gets everywhere. It gets on my fingers, it gets on my desk, and the fumes are just, you just can't breathe in those fumes. So for anyone watching this, make sure you wear a gas mask when you're putting these together. Also, do it outside. Now, those are some of the cons for assembly for me. But let me talk about painting, because painting, I'm not going to say I dislike it, but I just prefer assembly more because painting feels like running a very long, almost seemingly endless marathon, because there's just a point where you don't know if you're really happy with the paint job that you have. So you don't really know when you're done painting, because with painting, it's done, I guess, when you put like your varnish on the miniature and you throw your hands up and you say you're done. And another thing is that I want to admit I'm not very good at painting my models. I know that painting models also takes hours, and I just can't find a way to like sit down. I can't find the time to just like sit down and just say, okay, I'm gonna paint all of these models. It's hard, right? So I mostly just slap chop my models nowadays just to get them table ready, and I can tell you, it still takes you a while to do that because there's so many little details on these models, so you want to make it work. So regardless, I do enjoy assembly the most comparative to painting. And I hope that whoever's watching this also gets motivated to put together all those great piles of shame that you have just moldering in your closet somewhere. So thank you so much to whoever's like watching this. And if you don't think assembly is still the best, let the results speak for themselves.